Hello and good morning, and welcome to According to Courtney. If this is your first time, I'm Courtney West. I'm a full spectrum doula, birth nerd, Black birth advocate, and all the fun things in between. So today we are going over our mini series of doula story time, where we're inviting other doulas into spaces so we can learn more about them and what this work means to them. So I'm excited to have our two guests. They are two amazing doulas who are going to be sharing space with us today. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So great to have you ladies in space. And I want to say welcome to According to Courtney. Anytime we do a show, I always love to start off with the first three questions. What is your name and the origin of your name? Where are you from and where are your people from? And what do you want to leave in the space today? So if I could I go ahead and start with Ebony first?
Sure. So when you asked this question, it actually had me go deep, because I don't know the origin of my family. Like a lot of other Black people, families, we come from a background of not sharing enough information and not passing down that knowledge and information to each other. So you have set me off on a journey. And I'm excited to be on this journey to learn more about my origin and who I am and where my people originated from. I do know that based on my ancestry, a lot of Ghanaian history and a lot of Nigerian history.
I love that. I love that. What's the origin of your name? How'd you become Ebony?
My older sister, child, the Ebony magazine, but my mom was trying to be a little bit different. So it's I-E instead of Y.
I love that. I understand. I do. I'm like, yay, that's so cool. And so then let me ask you this. What do you want to leave in space today? Out of anything you talk about, what is the most important thing you want to leave with the viewers today?
I hope that viewers leave with a sense of comfort, like a warm hug. Anytime I'm embracing or being in collaboration with other people, I want people to feel seen, to feel heard, and to just leave a little nugget of always plant the seed. It may not be your job to water that seed, but it is your job oftentimes to plant it.
Ooh, I love that. We're starting off like great this morning. I love this. Miss Whitney, welcome to the space. Same three questions for you. What is your name, the origin of your name? Where are you from and your people from? And what do you want to leave in the space today?
You know, you encouraged me to dive deep as well. A lot like what Ebony mentioned, I didn't know much about my family origin and things like that. I started the journey, but I haven't dug deep enough to really tell you all, except for that we've been in Florida for a while. That's all I can tell you. I was named after Whitney Houston. Okay. but when you asked me what my name meant, I'm like, you know what does Whitney mean? And then I saw White Island and I'm like, it was an English surname. So I tried to make it spicy and dig deeper into the color white and island, and you're surrounded by water. So yeah, girl, but you got me to thinking. I'm gonna say that you got me to thinking.
I love that though, that all of our names come from, like, my name came from The Young and the Restless. That's my grandma name.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So I'm like, yes, our people were like fabulous names. You will be fabulous. You will be fabulous. You'll be fabulous. So,
absolutely.
I love that. Whitney, what would you want to leave in this space for people to know about you out of everything you talk about today? What do you want them to know?
That God's grace is sufficient. That has been a testament of my life, from me being a doula to just surviving. That God's grace is sufficient.
Oof. Ashe, amen. I love that. We are coming in with this. I'm so excited to have you guys in space today because I already know the conversation is going to be everything. So ladies, I'm going to throw this out to you first. Like, what brought y'all to doula work?
So for me, I am a mama bear at heart. I will go ride or die for a stranger that's walking down the street that somebody is looking at sideways or being mean to or disrupting. I am the person who sees a car accident and stops over and prays over the car. That happened several years ago. And the EMT, everybody showed up and they were like, what's his name? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know him. And they're like, man, why are you crying? And I was like, because I just want people to be okay. Right. So my third birth, we moved to a different city when I was 7.5 months pregnant. Midwife asked me, appointment number 1, how do you want your birth to go? I looked at her and I was like, oh, she knew. No, baby, I'm not dealing with nobody that's new. But I had never been asked. I did not realize I had options. And I had been seeing a midwife. Just I'm in a different city now. And so she, again, planted that seed in me and was like, no, this is your birth. This is your body. You tell me how you want things to go. And if it's something that I do not know, we got a little bit of time for me to educate myself on, or I'm gonna call in backup. And I was like, wow, these are options. So that's really what threw me into birth work. I think that the seed was planted at a very young age. High school friends went into labor, they calling me. I'm in there arguing with nurses. Baby, we 15, 16 years old. Like, what do I know? Why am I even here? This doesn't make no sense. But I was like, this just doesn't feel right in my body. And something is happening that shouldn't be happening. So I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to challenge you very respectfully, majority of the time. But I'm going to make sure if you can't explain it to me as a teenager, then that tells me you don't know what you're doing. Right. So I think there were several seeds that were planted. I worked for the government as a project manager for 8 years. I went to work one day and I said, God, this cannot be what you have for me. It can't be. And I quit that day. I called my husband and said, I can't do it. He said, I told you to quit 2 years ago. This is not your path. And you were being hard-headed and didn't want to listen. I quit that day. And so it just has been a learning journey ever since, but not a journey that I would take back. And I think that God finally said, hey, it's time. Like, quit being on other people's path or the path you think you should be on. Follow me. I got you. And he has held my hand the entire way.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes, I love that. And I love the piece that you've been doing this as a teenager. You were called to do it. When you see somebody, you are called to give that. And that's just, it's beautiful to hear that, because that's that healer, that healed, like, let me heal you. Hold on. I don't have to know you just to be able to, as we say down here, put hands on you and know that you are all right. Whitney, let me ask you, what brought you to doula work, mama?
Oh my gosh, my heart is just so warm because Ebony's response is just confirmation for me. I wasn't even, like, I never even considered how I showed up at school, how that kind of like was a telltale sign of me becoming an advocate or a doula in the future, because I also was the person, I took up for people getting bullied. Like, I was a lovable person. All walks of people loved me at school. And so if someone's getting picked on, the bully wouldn't mess with me because they were cool with me. So I was the one defending everyone. And I never knew that, wow, those are the makings of an advocate. Like, you standing up for people, you taking up for people. And I never correlated the two until Ebony mentioned it. But I also started at a very young age. I didn't even know what a doula was. I just know as a kid, I was so infatuated with pregnancy and birth. And so I watched the documentaries all the time. And by the time I got to high school, my friends are getting pregnant. And so I'm right there, right? But the difference between you and I is that I did not know, like, as in 10th grade is when I started going to births. And I quickly learned that, oh my God, like, they need somebody who know what's up, who they need an advocate. And I don't know this stuff yet. So I'm going to run back to the drawing board and teach myself. So I taught myself, and by the time I got to senior year, I was in there standing up for them too. Like, no, you're not going to treat her like this because she's a young mother on Medicaid. You're not going to tell her she doesn't have autonomy over her body. And so the journey just grew from there. I honestly didn't learn what doula was until maybe 2012, 2013. I didn't even know the word. I just know I was showing up for people. If you're pregnant and I know you, I'm there. I'm educating you before you go into labor. I'm teaching you the physiological parts of birth. Like, that was me, and I wasn't getting paid for it. And I did it so much so that my husband was like, look, like, you gonna have to start a charge for this some kind of way. And then I finally learned how, it was a learning curve for me as well, because it kind of pained me to charge for it. But at that time I had kids of my own. I'm like, okay, look, Whitney, you hate working this 9 to 5. You can't do it. You're depressed going there. You got to figure this out. And literally, I just took the leap. And it's crazy. My business started booming actually after my divorce, like after the divorce, after my mom was terminally ill, like everything was going, it was just chaos in my life. And I still heard God's voice saying, just take the leap. I got you. So I quit my job. I took the leap and it just sailed from there. And this is all I have to do now. Like, I don't need to supplement anymore. So yeah, that's how I got into this.
I want to add one thing. After I quit my job and we moved, I knew that we wanted to have kids back to back. My third and fourth would be about a year apart. Okay. My husband said, you need to hire a nanny. I went to nanny.com. I'm looking for a nanny. And the nanny that I hired was a doula. I did not know what a doula was. She was from Chicago, moving to Iowa, looking to supplement her work as she went to midwifery school. I didn't know any of this. Didn't know who she was. She came in. She gave me all of her doula books. We reviewed stuff when the kids were napping. And now she is a midwife. And we refer clients to each other.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Wow.
It's so beautiful how spirit pulls people to do different things and how we come to it. So like you guys, I started doing this as a teenager. I was born into it. You know, I always knew about it. I watched all the TLC shows, the midwifery shows. I wanted to see the difference between the emergency births, trauma births, and midwifery births. Like, ooh, look how the difference of this, and was fascinated with being a midwife. But my friends start having babies around 14, 15 years old, and I'm right there, and they pregnant. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to walk like this. I didn't know what I was doing. I would go to my grandmother, who was a nurse, and ask her, hey, what's she supposed to be doing? Because I think this is right. Am I right? And she's like, well, what do you think? Well, what is she eating? And things like that. So advocacy was part of our family. My mother was a cop, but who worked with children. My grandmother was a nurse who got most nurses and CNAs their first jobs and taught them how to do that, worked in Sunday school. So community service was everything. Service was what it is. It's just how it showed up. And in our family, we had a couple of midwives, but they weren't close to us. They were we are ranged from Gainesville's Hell's Plantation. And we had midwives there. There's a cousin of ours who's in Texas who's a midwife. So it was just one of those types of things that it wasn't unheard of that. And I was born of a midwife. So it was just kind of something there. So I love that we're like, nah, man, you were born into it. You had a calling to it, and you never knew what it was. You just listened to it. And I love that. So ladies, let me ask you this. What do you love about doula work?
So there's two parts to this for me, actually multiple parts, but I'm going to say three. Number one is my kids. I have 5 kids. I have 3 daughters and 2 sons. My 10-year-old is like, oh, I'm about to be an OB. Like, what you mean? I can't wait. She was at my prenatal appointments. Like, hey, what are you doing? I want to know. I want to see all the things, right? And when they see pregnant people, they will be in Target, will be whatever. And they're like, you got a doula? You know what a doula is? You shouldn't have a birth without a doula.
I love it.
Like, getting them to understand that not only is mommy doing her best to make sure that when you get ready to have kids, the birthing scene is different, but they understand how to advocate for themselves even now. Right? So there's that. I also love when families are like, I didn't think that I was capable. I didn't know that I could do it. And I'm like, girl, bye. And I always tell them, I'm a mama bear. I ain't for everybody. My energy is very like, I got your back. We're going to go in here swinging. We're going to do what we got to do. We're going to talk to these providers and we're going to get them on board with the plan. And so when they are like, man, I had a VBAC. I didn't know it was possible. I breastfed for a year. Like my goal was to make it out the hospital. It's like, yes, all these confirmations of this is where you're supposed to be. And on the flip side of that, because I have a nonprofit, I'm able to create entrepreneurs. I'm able to create women who never thought I'm going to work for myself. I get to create my own schedule. And then in turn, their kids get to see them do that. That is generational change. That's not just, and it is not Ebony Bailey, right? It is God saying, listen, and me saying, okay, I hear you. You don't want me to go down this path? Okay, I'm not going to go down this path. Like trying to make sure that I am staying my course, regardless of what it looks like on the outside. Because your yard don't need to look like my yard. We don't have the same path, and that's okay. As long as we are staying true to who we are and listening to the guidance, we good.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Girl, you give me goosebumps. I'm feeling it. I'm like, listening to your testimony sounds so similar to where I look at birth and the things that I love. So it's so beautiful to have confirmation to be like, yep, okay, yep, we doing this right. Oh, I love it. Whitney, what you love about being a doula mama?
Ooh, I love being a part of the reason why a lot of families are strengthened, right? Because a huge part of why I feel that I am as successful as I am as a doula is because women are my ministry. I don't do this because babies are cute. Like, if mama's straight, the whole family unit straight. And as a doula, we show up more than just prenatal education, more than just labor support. Like, they confide in us. They trust us with their innermost, secrets, whatever they're dealing with in life. And so, yeah, it's a large load to carry, but we have those resources. And if we don't have those resources, we have the trustworthy spirit that they lean into, right? So if mama good, everybody else good. And just showing up in whatever capacity that, different clients need me to show up in, I've seen marriages change. I mean, I've seen older children turn around, all because mama got that support, mama got that backing, and just seeing it pan out, it's just the most rewarding thing for me. And it's why I keep going. So that has to be my favorite thing about it.
I love that. And I love what you guys mentioned about children and change. I feel like being a birth worker, but especially a doula and a Black doula, what that does for our children and other people's children is one of the most beautiful pieces of it. I know with my clients, and I ask them, parents, do you want to include your child, especially if we're doing home births? Do you want this part? And I said, the reason I ask you is because now you're going to change the trajectory of your child, because now they know when it's my time, if I choose this to be my time, I know what support looks like. I know what the body can do. And I know that I'm supposed to be loved and shown up like this. Yeah. And for our own children, I have 2 daughters, and they're actually going, my next home birth, they got invited to come because they're going to help with the younger children. And what that does for them in having those meetings, my youngest will look at you and tell you if you're having a boy or a girl. My youngest will want to talk about the postpartum piece, like, so what you like to eat, what you like to drink. I need to have this all together because I don't like to waste time. And it's just so interesting to watch them because they've grown up in this life and how they expand to their other friends. Like I have a senior in high school. I don't know how you do this, Ebony. I be crying all the time. I'd be like, oh my God. But she's a senior, and how she talks to her friends about birth control, how she talks about her friends about having a baby. She's like, you ain't never have a 17-year-old sleep on your couch nursing a baby because they homeless or prostitutes. I have. This ain't what you're looking for. And to give that wisdom from a space of, I live this. I've had women come in our home. This is a normal place. If you're not pregnant, you probably ain't been through our threshold unless you were a birth worker. And having that and to be able to gain that knowledge is such a beautiful thing. So what you guys put out into the world is like a ripple effect. And Ebony, when you're helping women do business, you're right. You're changing our children. And our clients' children.
And the other thing that I notice is, as Black women, it is very challenging oftentimes for us to ask for help.
Yes.
Right? When these kids are seeing their parents get support, you are also teaching them how to show up and how to ask for help.
Yes.
When they're at these births and they're seeing this mom saying, hey, I need a cup of water. Hey, I need some comfort measures because I'm in it right now. That's showing them it's okay to ask for help. And you don't have to wait to ask. And nothing is ever too bad for you to reach out and still ask for help. It's there. Like they have to know those things. We have to be able to break those curses of, I got to be in it by myself. What the hell we all struggling for? Like,
exactly.
What? No. Sis, you need something, call me. You don't like cooking dinner tonight? I'll cook extra.
Yes.
It takes a village, and we have gotten so far away from that village mentality of I don't want in my business. They do their stuff a little bit different. It's all a learning experience. And these kids need all of that. I have a college student, I have a 15-year-old girl, okay? That 15-year-old, she tries to square up all the time. It is my belief that it is not on me or not solely my responsibility to make her into a woman. I have very close friends. You got your aunties. It is okay for you to call them and be like, my mama is working my nerves. Auntie, I got a question. I want that for you. I don't want you to only get my point of view. That's not going to make you a well-rounded individual. Reach out to them and seek out guidance and support and help, ask questions, all those things. And so that is a huge part of what we're able to do. That is 10 layers deep. That's not even our primary focus. But again, it plants those seeds.
Yes.
Oof. Yes.
I love that. Yeah.
I do too. Ladies, and this is the one that is always a conversation we need to have, but we don't always like to have. What do you find it being challenging being a doula?
For me, it is when I see a client give up, and give up meaning like, I know that you're capable. My flaw is that I internalize that. And I say, Eb, you should have done, you could have done, did you give them enough tools, right? Versus being like, nah, they made the choice that was best for them, right? So that's something that I definitely struggle with. And I've just now entered my season of saying no. No, I'm not taking any more clients this year. Why? Because I'm running a nonprofit, because I'm doing mentorship, because I'm doing speaking engagements. I am at capacity. And the season of my household will always take priority. And where we are right now, I have to say no. No is real hard for me. I'm praying, I'm crying, I'm mailing cards. I'm like, oh my God, but are they going to be okay? And again, God is saying, that's not the family you need to support. But make sure they get support, but that's not your family. Step away. And I now fall back.
Ooh. That is so powerful and so difficult. For me, that took a long time, and I'm still struggle with it. Boundaries, the boundary of, because you want to give and give and give because you want to heal. I got to heal you. I can't leave you stranded. I don't want to leave you this way. But then you end up, you're depleted. Your body's not well. You're not your best self because you've given it all away. So I'm learning to hold and keep mine. And to love myself like I love my clients, because I feel like in this work, we don't do that. And we're taught as Black women to give, but not to give to self. And I have had to take a hard lesson in, if I don't matter and pour into my cup, even though I'm pouring into other people's cups and their children are seeing it, mine are seeing, you have to crack yourself to save everyone else. And I'm like, nah, I'm going to feel myself and learn that this is so important. I have to do this so that I can keep going and I don't just run out and then have nothing to give to them.
Now, for me, I'm not here to heal you. What I am here to do is let you know that somebody cares. And that care does not always look like me walking alongside you on this journey. Because every time I give that little piece to somebody else, if somebody else is not coming in to replenish it for me, I'm losing all these little pieces of myself, right? And so I don't do that. I say, listen, I'm gonna give you a hug and I'm gonna send you to somebody else that can help you. I will pray for you, but that's all I got. Because I gotta keep some of it in my own reserve. I gotta keep it for my family. So I have pivoted away from let me heal you in a way. Then you might just need a smile. You might just need a hug. You might just need me to buy you a pillow so you can punch it. Like, I can do all that, but I can't be with you for the next 6 months and walk with you alongside you. That's not where I am in the journey of birth work.
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel that I was well prepared to say the same exact thing, honestly. I've had the tendency in the past to stretch myself thin and just give until I'm depleted, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing, so I lost my mom in 2024, and I don't know what it is about grief, or is just grief with losing someone that close to you.
Mm-hmm.
But from dealing with that grief, I've learned boundaries. Like now it doesn't pay me to say no anymore. I don't know what that is or what it was. I don't know if it's just, I just don't care about stuff anymore. But I feel like though I've been grieving, I've strengthened myself in so many other areas by setting those boundaries. And I think a huge part of it probably is because my mom overextended herself. She gave and gave and gave. She was always the one her friends would run to. Family members would come to when they needed anything, a place to stay. They needed money. They needed advice. And there were times even when she was on her deathbed, she kept giving and pouring out to people. And I realized I lost my mama way too young. I don't want my kids to have that same story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them to have that. So though I love what I do, I was truly overextending myself. There were times I would just give so much and I knew I didn't have the capacity, and then would come home and just be shut off to my children. I couldn't function properly. And, you know, and I know in the beginning of like the whole divorce process, I would point the finger, but then after the years went on and I realized I had a huge role to play in that too.
Mm-hmm.
I gave to everyone outside of my home, and then I had nothing when I came home. So though those aren't the most beautiful circumstances that I experienced in life, I'm grateful for those circumstances because I'm a whole lot better now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can say no. And I feel good about saying no sometimes.
I love that. And thank you for sharing that. And thank you for letting us hold space for you and your mom, because I know that's hard. I know that's what moved me to make changes is when my grandmother died 5 years ago. I was just like, ooh,
Yeah.
okay. She was my rock. She was my everything. And so having to transition in this work, because I was just giving. I had to be like, no, I got to structure this as a business. This is a business. Let me run this through as a business. And you're right. I mean, sometimes all I can give you, I'll give you a hug. I will say, I'm not doing them births, but you can come to the speaking engagement. I can give you some words of wisdom. I can hold space for you on the phone and say, okay, well, let me send you to the pregnancy center. Let me send you here. Yeah. That's what I can give you, because no is a real word. And my grandmother was like that. She gave and gave and gave and gave. And I watched it take her toes. I watched it take a leg. I watched it take her spirit. And I'm just like, I'm not doing that. And working in birth work as long as I did, I've got to work with some of the best Black midwives around, and it's beautiful to sit at their feet. But I learned something very pivotal about them. Their children hated them. Most of their children have severe trauma, because it's like my mother loved everybody else and never had time for us. They were always gone. They were this. And I had told a midwife I love very deeply, very well known. I was like, I love you, but I can't move like this. I need my daughters to love me. I need to be here for them. And if I don't, I will do them a disservice. So I listen to them, especially my youngest. She got no filter. She's like, hey man, you working too much. We don't never seen you. Either you taking us with you or you gonna stay home. I'm like, who are you talking? I'm talking to you. And she's born the same day as my grandma. We're number one. They gonna be there. We need to be there. And you know, I feel like that's just it's a hard lesson, because if you watch what it looks like, especially like TikTok and social medias, will make you think
out here lying.
They lying. You are liars. You lying. I be looking at these little girls. I was like, bitch, shut your ass up. You lying. You lying. That's not even how we get down.
How many field trips are you missing? How many kids' sporting events are you missing? How many birthday parties are you missing? How much time are you actually taking for yourself versus focusing on what it looks like on social media?
What it looks like.
I thought the people who are doing the work, baby, our social media is raggedy. Why? Because we out here doing the work.
Yeah.
We out here doing the work, and we're doing the work to either pay somebody to run your social media, like me, and hoping that it's all right and just enough. But ain't nobody got time to be out here making no videos. Not when I'm out here trying to work on changing policy.
Exactly.
Not when I'm building businesses. Not when I'm showing up for my kids. Because the one thing I will never do is miss an event. When we go through and I look at my availability, this basketball season, just gymnastics season. This is where we travel. Okay, I'm available 2 months this year.
That's it.
And I'm not sorry about it.
No.
And I love that. I love those boundaries because it's so important. Like, no, we're not doing that. I'm not living my life. The reason why I love doing this and having other doulas and stuff is so then I can give you the content. Run this. We having a conversation. You run this because I know you too busy doing this work. This is the gift I can give, because the ones who really working, we not on there every 5 minutes. Oh my God, I'm doing this. Oh my God, I'm, to the ones who choose to do that and live on social media, whatever. But I know what you're not really doing. I know you're not really doing the patient care. I know you're not really doing the things because you don't have time to do both. You got to pick one.
Yeah.
People, they're like, you don't come to events. And my line is always the same. Bitch, I'm busy.
Exactly.
Bitch, I'm busy.
Making changes.
I'm working. And if you know me or know my circle, people will hear of me. But have you met me? Probably not, unless you're in a space that you're going to be close to me, because I'm busy being a mama. Yeah. I'm busy being a nurse. And I'm busy having my clients. That's it. Wherever you get in, you get in where you fit in. And that's it. I just, this is so great. I'm so glad. I knew I picked good when I picked y'all. So this also brings a good point what we were talking about. What do you think people should know about picking a doula? Because they see it on social media, and I realize people really don't know what they're asking for because they do not understand the scope of practice what we do. So for you ladies, what is it for you? How you pick your doulas?
So to me, this is two different perspectives. This is a hard one, right? Because it also depends on where you live. So here in Georgia, these doulas out here catching babies, they are practicing all out of scope. Why? Yeah. Because it's my ancestral right, and because somebody who don't like one doula organization then started their own organization and told these people they could do some stuff that they should not be doing, right? Not only should not be doing legally, but should not be doing for your own self. Yeah. Putting your own family in danger of something going wrong and you being locked up. Yeah. Be mindful of that, right? So I always, when we interview, we do like an informational session. We do interviews, we do references before any doulas come into my organization. Why do you want to be here? Write down your reason why. What brings you to this work? And if it is because you had a hard birth, baby, have you done the work? I'll pay for some therapy sessions for you. But you don't get to come here because you lost a baby and you don't want somebody else to lose a baby, because what happens when somebody loses a baby? Now you're triggered. So I'm trying to protect you and that family. Wow. Those are things that we don't think about. Or you see something on TikTok, you see something in a movie about what doula work really looks like, or what it looks like, right? And I'm like, yeah, but who up at 2:00 in the morning documenting, billing, doing research for a client, organizing their doula bag? Yep. Are you actually running a business, or are you doing this as a hobby? And that part, each their own, but you are hurting, I feel like, the profession when this is just kind of like, that's my side gig. I do all these free births. I'm just out here, but I'm not doing any continuing education. I'm not reading no books. I'm not seeking out a circle of doulas to hold me accountable and to keep me engaged in the core reason of why I came to this work. Community is big, because nobody is going to understand what it's like to be like, child, had to deal with this provider, right? Y'all gonna be like, what they say, what they do, what you do. Right. Like, you don't understand it unless you're in the work. Yeah. And people who are just here for show, you can see it. And so families really need to make sure that they are seeking out doulas who are continuing to educate themselves, who are here for the right reasons. I am big on certifying, because I think that it helps have someone hold you accountable. Yeah. There's another set of eyes that are on you. Not everybody feels that way, but that's just my personal opinion. And also references. You want to hire me? I can give you 50 people, 60 families that I've supported that are going to all say the same thing. So I call them. I ain't got no issues with you calling them. And so if a family is seeking out a doula, you better seek out them references. Don't look at that pretty website and think that that's enough. Don't look at that social media and think that it's enough. Can I speak with a family that you've worked with in the last 6 months? Yeah. And if they don't got nobody, you might want to rethink who you hiring. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Ooh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
And that's so important about the references and the healing portion of it. You do not want some unhealed doula in your space when because she get triggered, then it's all going out the window. Nothing's getting done. We are not productive. She's spinning out and she might be cussing out the doctors and everything else and having nothing to do with you.
Or
It's their
y'all gonna
own
trauma
trauma.
bond. So you're
Right.
really supporting each other instead of her supporting you.
Yep.
Right. And that's such a disservice. And but families need to do the work themselves too. Because if that's
Mm.
what you're looking for, you're not looking for a doula, you're looking for a therapist. Yes, you
Yeah.
do wear multiple hats, but as a good doula, you need to say, hey, this is not what you're needing is more in depth than what I can give you. Let me give you
Mhm.
that resource because
Yep.
what you
Heavy on
need,
the resources.
yeah, what? I give them out like here. I'm not supposed to be it all. You hungry?
Mhm.
I'll feed you, but let me get you to the services so you can feed yourself.
But
Yeah.
I think that that's the flaw that happens, is that there are doulas who feel like they're supposed to be someone's everything. I
Mm.
want you to be able to
Yeah.
say on my review that I cooked for you, that I cleaned for you, that I painted your house, that I
Mm-mm.
found the cleaner, that I did. And I'm like, but why?
Mhm.
That's in
No.
you, that you felt
Yeah.
like that family had to give you those accolades for you to feel like you were a good doula. Sis, you might want to rethink what you're doing.
Wow.
Right.
It's not
And
about the accolades, it's about saving lives.
Yes.
yes. And what does that look like for you? So I know Southern doulas, I know how my background is. Sometimes we do cook for you. Why? But that's a other healing component of it for
Mhm.
postpartum or to educate you because some of our clients, I need to show you how to feed yourself. So you may get this meal from me. I may teach you how to make some bone broth with some sun culture, how to make to heal
Yeah.
yourself. So now you can do it yourself.
Mhm.
However, that's also an extra piece of something. That's you asking for an extra service. I know in the beginning I used to just give that out as part of the service.
Same.
No.
Yeah. Not no
Now,
more. I have packages now.
right, you can have a package that you want to
Mhm.
get this work. And if I choose to give it to you, there's a very specific reason. There's something
Yeah.
in you that I'm like, let me heal you. Let me help you this way so you can heal yourself. But I'm gonna
Yes.
show you how to do it. That's
Yeah.
it. Nothing more than that. What you think? When you telling people how to pick their doulas, what you telling them to pick?
What Ebony mentioned was the most important aspect. What I want to add is I tell this to everyone I'm having consultations with. I know it feel like we love each other, but before you sign up, before I even send you a contract, I encourage you to interview other doulas. And I say that because you want someone who you mesh well with, like who you can truly vibe with. You know what I mean? And who you're on the same accord with, because you two could have two completely different beliefs. Like you could believe in co-sleeping, and then the doula could probably believe in sleep training at the age of 4 days. Like we find someone you mesh well with. Don't look at the price. Don't look at, like Ebony said, the pretty website or the lavish social media. Fill this person out, because birth is a very intimate moment, and you want someone who your body, who your nervous system feels safe with. And just because you pick this doula who was cheap, your nervous system may not feel safe with her. And then you realize when it's too late that, you know what, I really don't want this person here. I'm not feeling their vibe. And it could be nothing wrong. It's just the energies don't match, you
Right.
know? So I encourage everyone to interview multiple doulas, and whoever you feel safest with or who you vibe the most with, then that's your doula. And you'll know.
And I will add to that, please understand that while you interviewing us, we interviewing you.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Because, baby, you may catch me in a season where I'm like, ooh, you need a lot. I don't have it to give.
Yes.
But here are 4 other doulas that I trust that you can interview with. Because I may not be the right doula for you, and I am okay with that.
Yes.
Yes.
It is mutual. You don't get to just pick me, because I may not pick you.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. And thank you for adding that in for our new doulas out there. You do not have to take everyone. Everyone is not your client. You should not be everybody's client. And to your point, Whitney, I tell people all the time, pick someone who's going to love you like you love them. You need to find someone who's going to meet you, make you feel safe, make you feel seen, make you feel loved, make you feel empowered. If those things are not clicked off, that is not the doula for you. Don't follow for one of the four. You need to click all the buttons. And if they don't click all the buttons, that is not your doula. But that is the same for the doula. If you feel in your spirit something just ain't right,
something ain't right
because you'll be in the middle of that birth, in the middle of the trauma, and all of they haven't done the work, and they're gonna turn to you. It's like, you didn't make the magic work. Hold on.
Yeah.
You didn't do the work, and I wasn't for you. And I'm so particular about that now. I tell people, nope.
Yeah.
I said, I think a birth.
I think this is gonna be a good fit.
Yeah, I said, but I always have references for you or anything else. Or if you tell me off the back, like, oh, I want me a cheap doula, nothing about me is cheap, sweetheart.
Yeah.
And nothing about me is cheap. I understand if you are having financial strains and things, let me give you some resources. Right. Well, can't you just do it because you about the culture? Whoa, now you're gaslighting me. So I really know I'm not the person for you, because if you're coming with me, you know what I come with, you know the knowledge base I hit with. And if you're telling me, well, you should make it cheaper because I'm Black, or I'm this, or I'm going through this, then I know you already don't value me.
Yes,
exactly.
So this is not going to be a fit. Again, if I see a person and they're just talking to me and I know they can't do what I do, or they can't afford my services, that is my choice to decide if I want to work with you, if I want to sometimes tag team with one of my younger doulas who need to do something different. Those are the choices I can take. But if you come with some crazy energy, trust and believe I will not take you.
And the way I will give you your money back, baby, because it ain't gonna never be that serious for me, because I'm not here for the money, right? Like, air is not gonna keep my lights on in my house, but I'm not here for the money.
Right.
Yes.
Money is a part of it. And so when people, for me, when they said, look at my pricing, they're like, oh, okay. And I'm like, you know what's crazy? Is if you go to the grocery store and fill up your basket, you don't expect to leave there without paying.
That part.
Exactly. I promise you I'm gonna do more for you than them groceries gonna do for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here are the pathways that you can take to pay for my service. I got payment plans. You can put me on your baby shower registry.
Yes.
You can have people go in as a gift. Like, you got options, but I am not in the practice of being like, okay, well, I'm going to lower my price. That's just me.
No,
right?
that's
the
it.
things that I value the most are things that I worked really, really hard to accomplish or achieve and pay for.
Yes.
You gonna get more than what you paying me. Trust and believe.
Right.
I'm showing up for families all day long, and I'm gonna be at that first birthday party.
Yes, like
I tell families, not all families, but I do tell families that I could just feel the connection. I'm like, understand, we married now, okay?
Yes. We family now.
For life.
Yes.
I want
for
pictures
life.
of 8 years. I want birthday invitations. I want to know if you moved. I want to know if something is happening and you need an additional resource. Because we in here.
Yep.
It is. It's like you have extended children and aunties and nieces. Like I get excited. Send me pictures. Let me know how my babies are doing. And also that connection for the next one. Hey, we having our next baby. You ready?
Yes, I love that.
We're in the journey together. And that's so important. And I be trying to explain that to people. People like, your prices is high. Honey, what I'm charging you, I should be charging you triple if that was really what I'm doing it for, but that's not what I'm doing it for. Right. And that's okay. I'm not for everybody. And if you want this top tier service, you're going to do what you need to do. But you will never disvalue me. That's just not going to happen. You know what you're looking for. And again, if I send you somebody else, I send you people in different spaces in their life. I may refer you to a newer doula who may be able to work with this, but I know their spirit. I know how they move. I know their integrity. And I've sent people to other people and they're like, they were cool or whatever. We saved up our money. We want to be with you. Okay.
Yep.
Whatever works for y'all. And I feel like that's how it needs to roll at all times. So when we talked on this, but I want to go more in depth in this. What should doulas be looking for in their clients?
I think it depends on what season of life you're in.
Yeah.
Sometimes you take this doula training, you're like, yes, I'm so excited, right? Like somebody reached out to me that they want to interview me. Like, I want the validation of someone hiring me.
Yeah.
I see that a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, you need to understand what this family needs. And either A, can you provide it? Do you have a network that can help you provide it? And do you have the emotional capacity to provide it? That makes a difference. Hey, I have a family reach out to me. It's a domestic violence situation. They're homeless. They're in the shelter. They got this going on, that going on. Can you truly support that family in the season of life that you're in right now? And if the answer is no, I need you to be wise enough to say, listen, you're going to get a 2-for-1 package because this is a seasoned doula. I want some experiences, so we're going to both work on this together. Or I don't have the capacity to be able to support you in the way that you need support. Let me help you find somebody else.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Ooh, I love all of that because that's so true. So true.
Yeah.
What about you?
Same thing, but just to reiterate, finding someone that you mesh well with, especially starting off, if this was a big investment for you, like say you did just up and quit your job, which I mean, if you don't have that planned out, I don't encourage everybody to just do that. But like say you did just jump head first and like your family's looking at you like, okay, this gonna have to work. Don't put yourself in a position where you just have to take on any and all work, because you can't be any and everybody doula. Like you can't. And also I really loved when Ebony mentioned, I think it was like a couple questions ago, but she said, like, okay, you want to do this work because you lost a baby or something like that. Like, don't jump in it for that, because once you are presented with something like that, do you have the capacity to continue to serve them, or will this trigger you and set you back? You know, so consider things like that. Consider all of those things. And but yeah, the most important would be to just make sure that y'all you feel, even if it's like I said, a lot of the times we're very intuitive, right? We don't have to explain why something feels off. But if something feels off, please take heed. Please listen to that, because it will always present itself. It will come up. It can be a crazy situation they have you in while you're having a house visit. It can be a situation where they are blaming you for the birth outcome, or it could be they just don't pay their final payment and you never hear from them again. You just never know why something feels off. So I just encourage doulas to just trust your intuition. And if something don't feel right, then it ain't right.
It ain't right.
Let
me add that it is perfectly acceptable for you to say, I want to do this full time, right? That's fine.
Yes.
If you are going to do that and run a legitimate business, please have a budget, make goals. I want to make $70,000 a year, which means I back into it. That means I got to charge this month, this much. I got to attend this many births. I have to have this type of childcare backup. I got to do this. I got to make these connections. Like, people don't necessarily go into it with a full plan, and the plan is not going to be bulletproof, but you have to have a plan. You got to have something in place and understand how those connections can really help you on your journey. So I'll say that I have a really good friend that's a doula, runs an organization in Ohio. It is not uncommon. She did it last week. Like, hey, Eb, I just got this grant. I got 10 stacks for you. And I'm like, okay, sis, what I need to do? I need you to come in and talk about business training. Cool, thank you. Right? In my circle, baby, we look out for each other. And it could be, I ain't talked to her in a couple months, but we are always praying for each other. And if there's an opportunity that presents itself, I'm gonna make sure she eat, I eat, everybody eat. I am not just looking out for myself. And when you have that collective village mentality and not bottom of the barrel mentality, I gotta cut you out so that I can eat. Everybody succeeds. And so I think that that's also within scope of, like, when you are looking at not only families that you're supporting, but your built-in backups. Is your backup, they lights about to get cut off? Like, that means we ain't got the same mentality, right? Like, we're not hustling the same. So you may undercut me and do some slick stuff that ain't okay. And I'm like, sis, I would have gave you that $200. If I know that shit, ain't no sweat off my back. Let me make sure you good because we're looking out for each other.
Yes.
Wow.
That's community.
I love that
village.
point. Yeah.
That's doula work.
Yes. Yes. Say that again for the ones in the back. This is what type of work?
That is doula work. That is community. That is village.
Yes. This is the thing that doulas, especially these new doulas, do not understand. This is a village work. This is community work. It is nothing. I could use this example asking y'all to do this. We don't talk every day.
Right.
I haven't talked to Whitney in months. Be like, hey, it's an opportunity. Do you want to do this with me? And having the space and the capacity to be like, I want to celebrate you guys. So what I do with this is because I love to give people their flowers. It's like, I want people to hear what you got to say because it's worth it. And it's a community. And we don't learn unless you're in community. If you're on an island by yourself, there's so many doulas I have met and I have taught who were working out of a space of greed. I'm doing this to get this money. I'm doing this. But they don't know no better. It's not because they're bad people. It's not because they have been doing it on an island. And the only thing they have as a reference is a TikTok video. And then they'll take a class that has the same mentality. They don't know that it's like, it's bigger than you, right? And if you come in with that energy that I'm going to cut the throat of everyone around because I gotta be the best, you are unhealed. And this is not the work for you because that's not how we move in this. That's not doula work. That's not community work. And you will drown quickly if you continue to move like that.
And it hurts, but let's be real clear. Because we both have brown skin does not mean that we are here to support each other.
Yes, all skin folk.
That's the word. That's a word.
The way that I show up when we are writing grants and I'm like, hey, or have opportunities that may be available. If I reach out to you and I'm like, hey, I may have this opportunity. Can I sign up to evaluate your training? If you're like, no.
Well,
do you know what door you just closed for yourself?
Right.
When I'm just asking to sit in for a couple hours and understand how you move and how you teach to say, man, this is going to be a really good fit. Or this ain't going to be a really good fit. Because if you treat me this way, I shouldn't have to explain. I could potentially put some coinage in your pocket.
Right.
I'm reaching out because I'm like, man, it looked like you doing something, but it only looks like you're doing something.
Oh,
right. Are you actually doing something? I want to know before I expose my 100 doulas to your training that you actually walking the walk and not just talking the talk.
Yes. Ooh,
so the minute those are all red flags. If I reach out to you, like, I'm like, oh, okay, sis. Well, go be you and keep being great in your area. And I'm gonna go ahead and transfer these coins to somebody else.
Yes. You can't work with everybody. There's been many projects I'll do. I'm like, why didn't you pick me? Why didn't you ask me to do that? Because of how you showing up to me. That's why. That's why. I'm going to put money in the pocket of somebody that I know is hungry like I am, who understands it, and is professional. Everybody can't take care of my clients. I am very specific about my backups. Most of the time, I'm going to show up, even if I got to come late. I'd rather be there because I know what my clients are looking for. You can't back me if your energy is bad and your car on the fritz and the lights is about to be off and rent ain't due and this, that, and the other. And then you own because my clients didn't hire you. They hired me.
Yeah.
So I'm very particular, like, nah, baby. Or people like, can I be your backup? Why? Why you want to back up?
Why are you asking me?
Yeah.
Why are you asking me in particular? No, because I know the type of clients you have, so I want to be your backup. No. Oh no, that's a hard pass. Hard pass. But also with clients, I'm very particular about who I take. I feel like creator knows who's right for me and I know who's right for me. If you come at me, I've had very well-to-do clients like, I want you, but I want the Black Girl Magic experience. Whoa, what is that? What do you what do you mean by that? Especially by non-melanated people, I really need to understand because I am from the South. We live in the South. Yes. Where are you coming from? And I'm always very aware. And then also I have to meet your family. Whoever's going to be in the birthing space, I need to meet these people because I've gotten clients, parents who's like, oh, you remind me of this maid we used to have. Nope.
Yep.
And that right there, I've had clients I worked with and say, unfortunately, I cannot do postpartum with you. Let me go ahead and send you another resource. They're like, oh no, it's just my mom and she's only going to be here. And nope.
No, thank you.
No.
I'm not working in that capacity. I don't have to. So we don't need to move in those spaces. And so we're not going to. So with that all being said, ladies, how do people find you? Because they be like, they're listening to this, they're like, that's the doula. I need to talk to her. Or that organization sounds amazing. How do they find you?
So you can find me multiple ways. I do have an Instagram page, Naturally Ebony. I also have the Birthwork Foundation, which is my nonprofit. We are based in Iowa and Illinois. If you know somebody in Iowa who is looking to become a birth worker, please, please, please go to our website and reach out. We do lots of training and would love to connect. If you are a doula who is wanting to start a nonprofit, sis, if I got it, you got it. Like, reach out. Let's talk. I can tell you about grant opportunities or how to write a grant if you've never written a grant before. I'm very much like, I'm gonna share whatever resources I have available to me.
I love that. Thank you so much. Ms. Whitney,
Beautiful.
How we find you?
Well, I can be found on my website, thedouulaministry.com. Remember that talk earlier about having capacity for things? Yeah, social media is down right now. It's too much.
Understandable.
I can be reached. Hey, I can be reached at thedouulaministry.com or hey, email me thedouulaministry@gmail.com.
I love that. Ladies, having y'all in space just filled my cup so much. I enjoyed you both so intensely, and you both are welcome to come back at any time because I would love to keep having these conversations because I feel like y'all gave the gems, the gold, the water, and the air. So it was beautiful. It was beautiful, ladies.
Oh, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much. And it was a pleasure meeting you, Ebony.
I know. I'm like, wait, let me send you a message.
That's why I was like, this is what it's for. It's like connect you all because we want you. You never know who you're going to meet and who you're going to gain through these. And again, like we've taught, doula work and birth work is community work. And so grow your community. I knew y'all would gel. That's why I was like, I need to have you and I need to have you and have y'all in space. And so into our viewers, you are loved, you are seen, and you're respected. Look for your doulas. Get your doulas, and thank you, ladies, for being part of the second series of the doula stories. So for you guys, take care and have a great one. Bye, you guys.